in that was trying to get our banners and our boxes out of customs for the last 48 hours, and they only arrived at 2 o'clock today. So, so to give you a brief introduction, I am the customer success lead for Ireland and the UK for Scene. So Scene is a new product by Indeed. It's 3 years old. So outside of Ireland and the UK, we have scaled across all the major cities in the US and Canada. And very kindly, Geeta Sood, head of talent from Skimlinks, has joined us today to talk about employer branding and the importance of employer branding today to attract tech talent. So Geeta, if you'd like to maybe tell everybody a little bit about Skimlinks and your role at Skimlinks.
Hi everyone. I think not our day, Emma. I couldn't find the conference venue today, and video is not running, so.
Yeah, so technical hitches all around.
So I'm Geeta. I'm the head of talent for Skimlinks. I'm not sure whether you have heard about Skimlinks, but it's not a startup. It's a mature startup, started in 2007. And I joined Skimlinks almost 2 years now. Let me just run through a little bit about what we do, why I joined Skimlinks, and my background. So Skimlinks is a world-leading e-commerce platform helping publishers to monetize their content. So in the nutshell, any publisher, he can make money from the content that he writes. So we work with every top publishers, whether they are based in US or in UK or EMEA, like Yahoo, Condé Nast, Hertz, Wayfair. So they are top US and UK publishers, and helping them to make money from the content that they write. I joined Skimlinks last February 2018, and there are a couple of reasons I joined Skimlinks. It's not a startup. It was a mature startup when I joined, so recruitment processes were there, but not defined. Recruitment strategy was good, but not awesome. They were able to attract candidates, but not through direct sourcing. They were using a lot of agencies. So my role was to redefine the recruitment processes, redefine the recruitment strategies, reduce the cost. As you all know, the pressure on us to reduce the recruitment cost, drive direct sourcing. So there are a couple of things they threw on me when I joined Skimlinks, which is quite fascinating because my background is working with a lot of big multinationals where you're going to drive the processes, but they were very global. They're very global companies, so very process driven. I literally entered 20 minutes ago, and I look at the slide. The advantage being with the startup companies is to tap the talent quickly as compared to the global brands. But I feel whether it's a global brand, whether it's a startup, struggle is the same for all of us. There are other reasons why I joined Skimlinks, because this is my first time I've been working with a startup company, and I feel that I can make an impact, which was difficult with the global companies, because you're going to be working with a lot of big talent teams, like team of 40, team of 20, and you're going to be focusing maybe on just one aspect of TA team or HR, like employer branding, employee engagement, positive candidate experience. So my background is very much like focusing on one particular area for driving recruitment strategies, for driving a better recruitment, or driving anything related to recruitment, but on a very particular area like employer branding, or maybe finding the best talent, or how we're going to build the talent pipeline, or sourcing. Very limited in terms of where I worked. So that's why I joined Skimlinks, to make an impact in a mature startup company. But on the top of that, I love the people. They're amazing people. Although we are the team of 70 in London, but everybody is so amazing. You can learn so many things working with the leadership team. They are from different background. My CEO is from sales background, so you can learn like he's very data driven, so you can learn like very data driven skills from him. So that's the reason I joined Skimlinks.
So in terms of employer branding, Geeta, like what does employer branding mean to you? And when you're trying to get the message out there and you know, to attract talent to Skimlinks, especially tech talent, do you collaborate with a number of teams in your organization? You know, is this something that you get together at the beginning of the year and you map out a plan, or you know, how do you put your employer branding together to get your message out?
For us, employer branding is not only attracting the talent, but also make sure that the talent we have in-house, how we're going to retain the talent. So that's two things for us, which we focus on, not only attracting the talent. So our strategy is, yes, strengthen our brand so that we can hire the best talent, or define our employer value proposition, which you all must be doing it at this stage, whether strengthening your relationship with universities to find the best talent, or marketing, or maybe positive kind of experience. So, but for us, for Skimlinks, since we are not huge in number, we want to make sure that we retain our top talent as well. On the other side, we also get the best talent from external world as well. So our strategies are very much a mix of how we're going to retain our talent, but on the other side, how we're going to attract the best talent. So in terms of retention, we have, so when I joined Skimlinks, we were struggling to hire engineers. As you all know, it's so difficult, whether it's a data scientist, whether it's a data engineer, or even software engineer. And our tech stack is quite niche. We work with Python, we use GCP, AWS, we use BigQuery, Airflow, Dataflow. So they're quite niche technologies. And in order to tap talent with these technologies, you need to think outside the box how you're going to attract the talent. So the one struggle which we had before when I joined is our senior engineers, they're about to leave the company. Reason being, we were not able to provide them the career ladder, or there's a gap in terms of where they're going to go next within the company. And I think that's the struggle we have with the startup companies. Like when we start the business, we keep hiring people because funding is approved, we need to build the product. So we do a lot of hiring in the beginning, but once we stabilize a little bit, we realize, no, I'm not saying for every company, but in a general context, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have hired a senior person there. We could have hired a junior person. So we shifted a little bit in terms of hiring a lot of senior candidates within the business, where we don't know whether we have a career path for them after a year or 2 years. We started hiring a lot of junior people and upgrade their skills. And that's a part of our employee branding strategy, although it looks funny, like sometimes hiring managers say, he needs a senior software engineer because of the kind of work, because of the projects, we can't afford to hire a junior person. But when I ask the question, okay, I can bring a senior software engineer, but what's going to happen after 6 months with that senior software engineer? And they don't have the answer. So here we go. So I think that's something we're looking at, employer branding as well, how we're going to retain the talent, because it's very important for us. Being a small startup, we make a lot of hire through our referral program, which is working quite good, or quite strong for us. That's something we look at in our employer branding. And the second thing is, yes, when we hire people, or when we look different avenues from the external market, we look at how we're going to provide positive candidate experience, and that's the key part of our employer branding. Yes, we are partnering with a lot of universities, we are attending a lot of events. That's why I'm here today, to promote Skimlinks. So We do a lot of outreaches on LinkedIn. We just started using Sheen, which is working great for us. I worked before with Emma as well on Indeed platform, but I'm about to make one hire through Sheen. He's at the last stage, and it's a quite niche role for us, so here we go. I think positive candidate experience is very important for us because not only to attract the best talent, so when we build talent community, when we build our internal community, we make sure that we have a story to tell to our external candidates in terms of positive candidate experience. And so I can give you one example. And maybe you all are bombarded with work at this stage, and you just try to follow up with the candidates you think going to make to the second round, going to make to the third round. So you attracted, or your focus shifted a little bit more towards candidates who can build a pipeline for your company or for you, and you forget about candidates who are not successful at the beginning stages. And I think that's the mistake we all are doing. It's very important to follow up with the candidates, whether the candidate is successful or not, irrespective of different stages. So we give a very constructive feedback. We focus more on soft skills rather than hard skills, because as finding engineers is quite a difficult task in this world at this time of the year. So we shifted our focus a little bit from hard skills to soft skills. Like, we want people who can be more creative, who can think out of the box, who can solve problems, other than someone who is very strong in Python. Yes, we do need that skills, but maybe after 2 years, we don't need someone who is very good in Python, because the world is changing dramatically. You never know in 2 years' time which language we're going to be working on. So we try to hire people more with soft skills rather than hard skills. Having said that, I'm not saying we just try to avoid hard skills, but our focus is more on our soft skills areas. And that's how we build our employer branding. We focus on positive candidate experience, which is quite important for our culture. And when we do internally, retention and our culture, it's very, very, these two things are the pillar for Skimlinks, and we definitely focus on these two in terms of building our employer branding. But apart from that, we have been doing a lot of cool stuff. We go to events, we go to universities, we do a lot of meetups on site, we go to attend a lot of meetups outside. We keep our positive candidates very warm, so every month we send some kind of newsletter in terms of our exciting projects we have been working on, so that they get to know where we are in terms of our projects, in terms of our tech stack, and if they're interested, they can definitely have a chat with us. This is how we build.
Okay, brilliant. So, and Geeta, in terms of trying to plug gaps in skill sets. So, for example, you were talking about if you brought somebody on with Python, but they were missing some other skill. Do you provide training? You may have a candidate. I know certainly on Scene, we suggest that companies add 3 primary skills initially to find their best matches.
Yeah.
In the event that somebody doesn't have 3 specific skills, or they're not advanced at all 3, do you provide training to bridge gaps to bring people on? Yeah.
So, like for example, as you said, Emma, if someone is not very good with Python, but someone is very good with C#, it's a transferable skills. They can learn very quickly in a month, within 4 weeks, 5 weeks, if they are smart. So that's why I said we assess more towards, we are focused more towards skills, soft skills other than hard skills. And one part of our culture, like one main part of our culture is L&D. So we give our employees 1 day in a month where they can enhance their skills. Apart from our onboarding sessions, like for our onboarding sessions or for our onboarding plan, if someone is lacking X, Y, and Z, we identify those skills, and within 3 months we try to upgrade, or if the person, or if an employee needs more time, we assign a buddy system, or we do have like some cool external agencies. Like for example, we are trying to liaise with a couple of external providers where they can go twice in a week and then upgrade their skills. So L&D is very important for us, and and L&D basically shapes one of our culture values. So
okay,
that's important.
Great. I guess, Geeta, if you were to share like key takeaway to the audience in terms of tech recruiting specifically, what would be your advice?
In terms of tech recruitment?
Yeah, like 2 key takeaways.
Regarding employer branding?
Yeah.
So I think in my experience, I've been working in tech recruitment for the last 15 years. So my advice would be, I think as recruiters or as a TA leaders, our focus is very much on building our EVP from the external candidates rather than focusing on our internal candidates. So I think I would focus a little bit more on retention. And retention is a very huge topic to discuss here, but I'm not going to discuss everything here. So in retention, you can see like how we're going to provide career paths to our existing employees. And the same is applicable when we hire externally. We usually don't hire anybody, even if they pass the test, even if they are successful in 4 of our interview stages. But if we feel we don't have a career path for that particular candidate, we just don't hire that candidate just for the sake of fulfilling our gap or finish our projects we have been working on. So it's a key part for any employer when they build employer branding, to make sure that external strategies are aligned in terms of internal strategies, whether it's retention or whether it's candidate experience. So my second advice is focus more on building up strong candidate experience from stage 1 and follow up with the candidate and build some kind of relationship with the candidate. And that would help you to attract more candidates.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Geeta.
Thank you.
For those of you who are not actually familiar with Scene, we were previously, and that's why we were going to show the video, we were previously known as Indeed Prime. We are known as bscene.com, so you can check us out. It is an online tech matching platform, and it's by subscription. For those of you who are curious, we do have a free starter plan, so it's completely free and you'll get approved straight away to go and check us out. Is the video working? You might see. I know it's 0.50 to start, and then we'll take any questions.
Over time, we've evolved. We've evolved to really start with tech talent as the customer, and the tech talent marketplace has evolved too. And so we needed to step back and look at our name, what we wanted it to convey, but take it beyond a name to a promise and who we want to be, who we need to serve, and how.
So this rebrand forced us to really think a bit deeper about what we wanted for our candidates. And with our mission of helping them find fulfillment in their tech career, we wanted to go further than just their next opportunity, their next role. We wanted to really help them in that career journey, that career path. And that's what Scene is about.
We conducted a series of 12 focus groups of tech candidates in the US and the UK, and we tested a variety of names, and Scene was by far the overwhelming favorite in 11 of 12 of those focus groups. And it's not just because it's a memorable name, but it's because it's a feeling, and it represents this need that tech candidates have to be seen in the job search and in their careers.
We looked for inspiration in a lot of the tools and the ways that tech candidates work, both engineers and designers and all of the different types of things that we serve as part of Scene. We pulled colors from the tools and the editors that engineers use, as well as looked for inspiration for iconography and imagery in the tools that designers use. We were able to incorporate a lot of those pieces to create something that we're really proud of and we're excited to share with you.
Our job was really transform this very abstract idea coming from the manifesto, the new logo, colors, and all the assets that we got from the agency, and apply that to the product, to the website, and then pulling a lot of people together to bring this to life.
The collaboration between engineering and UX was pretty crucial to our success. And also, since we ourselves are considered the target audience for Scene, we've been able to give a lot of meaningful input to the product itself, and it's been pretty amazing seeing that come to light and seeing a lot of our final designs reflect that.
We knew going into this project that this would be just the beginning of the Scene brand, so we spent a lot of effort to lay a solid foundation to be able to evolve the brand in our products.
We took this product experience that felt pretty disjointed, and we looked at every interaction from microcopy, emails, every tooltip. We're talking hundreds of product interactions, and then gave them a new voice. And so with Scene, we have this product experience that feels very cohesive and human, and then connects with our audience in a real way, and in a way that they want to be spoken to, so that they do feel like we're giving them what they really need in a product.
So we have a real-life, actual website now, and from the second you hit the site, we're giving you a sense of the matches you'll get before you sign up, which we've never done before.
Over the last year, we've made some really great changes to the matching algorithm. We've made it much more restrictive. We've made it much more accurate. However, it's a really important part of our brand that we don't match on where a candidate has been, but where they really want to go.
We've recently launched 4 new services that are allowing the coaches to take a more holistic approach to helping candidates within their job search.
What we're hoping this does for candidates is allow them to see opportunities they might not have seen before, but also allow us to walk stride for stride with that candidate along their career journey versus just one point in time.
So that's it. That's the kind of story behind our rebrand. I'm interested in your feedback and in terms of what you think of the brand, the look and the feel. We would be delighted to speak to anybody afterwards or is curious about asking us to set up a demo. We can run those all of next week. So I think we're happy to take any questions.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you very much, and thank you for the video the wrong way round. So just imagine it's the other way round.
So